Just wanted to kind of make a little video introducing myself a little bit. My name is Gabby. I'm 28 years old and I wanted to start this YouTube channel because I really enjoy reading. I love going to the gym. And so I kind of wanted to start this YouTube channel so I can share with you all what I like to do on my day-to-day basis. So today I just wanted to kind of share with you guys my little journey, my little reading journey that I recently started. I'm currently not working. I decided that why not start this on my free time, on the time that I have right now that I'm not working. Just kind of wanted to share with you guys what's going on with me, a little update. If any of my friends are watching this, I want to start with the books that I've read. And the first one is Brainwashed by Manny Arango, and started reading this book when I first decided that I wanted to start reading books again because I hadn't picked up a book in a very long time. I was always somebody who really enjoyed reading in high school, but I never really got into reading afterwards because I was always so busy. I was doing other hobbies, I was working. So I'm in a season right now where I'm not busy all the time. So I just decided to pick up. I actually had bought this book a while ago and I hadn't actually read it. So I decided to just pick it up. I had it in my bookshelf and I just decided to pick it up and start reading it. So this book is called Brainwashed: Overcome Toxic Thoughts and Take Back Control of Your Mind. At first, this book seems like a very secular book, but I don't remember why I picked it up, but it's actually a Christian book. It's from a pastor. It talks about how the enemy attacks our mind, how we start to believe the lies of the enemy sometimes. They put doubt in our mind. I've annotated a lot in the book, like a lot. And it's very helpful. It's very helpful if you're going through a phase, or if you're going through a season where you feel like you're not mentally strong, when you have thoughts that you're not worthy or that God doesn't care. This book is really helpful with giving you examples of how the enemy has attempted to trick the human mind since the beginning of time, and how we can destroy those thoughts, how we can change those thoughts with the help of the Lord. The book really guides you into spending time with God, filling our minds with God, creating an environment of intimacy with God so that we can overcome our toxic thoughts. So this book is really good. It's a very short read. It's like 200 pages. I did take a while to read it because I was doing other stuff. I was going to the gym in the morning. But if you guys want to check this book out, it's on Amazon. I believe it's like $12. I'm not sure. But yes, highly recommend this book. It has helped me so much. It has taught me so much. The back says you can either take your thoughts captive or be held captive by them. The choice is yours. Scripture declares that we will be transformed by the renewing of our minds. A biblical roadmap for winning the battles in our mind. And this is so true. Identify faulty ways of thinking and learn how to take every thought captive under the authority of Christ. Very important for our spiritual growth. I was so captivated by this book when I finished reading it that I decided to, I actually found out that the author published a second book. It's called Crushing Chaos. It's slightly different. It does mention a little bit about the mind, but it's more focused on how we crush the chaos going on in our minds, how we crush the chaos going on in the world around us, people around us, and everything. Bring everything to order, how to bring everything under control in our minds. So this is a really good read. It talks about finding peace, how to find order, how God has established order since the beginning of time, and how without God, there is no order. It's only going to be chaos. How God will step away or step out of a situation where He is not welcome, and naturally, it'll cause chaos. The reason why there's a dragon, so this is, I believe, I'm not quite sure who the character there is. I'm assuming it's God, but there's a dragon in the front cover. And the reason why there's a dragon there is actually connected to the book. It's not just chaos. So he calls it the chaos dragon. So in the beginning, when God created Adam and Eve, the serpent was the chaos that infiltrated the minds of Adam and Eve. Basically, divided the connection with God and his children. This book kind of takes you on a roadmap of how God has worked time and time again to restore that connection with us, to restore the order, and how the enemy tries to make one feel like we are animals, a beast, basically, how we are not beasts, how even though we do have beast-like characteristics, there's still that order that God has established. We still are able to conquer that. So this is a really good read if you're like going through situations where you think everything is out of control, where you think that everything will go wrong, where there's chaos. This is a really good book. Currently, I'm actually reading this was not a Christian book. It's just, I went to the library and I decided to get, because I was reading these books and they were very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. And they taught me a lot. I kind of wanted to take a little break on the self-help books. So I decided to start reading like normal books, like romance and stuff. So I picked this book at the library and I want to finish it already because it's due soon. I do believe that I am a slightly slow reader, but I'm almost halfway through. I'm about like 40% done with this. It's called Who We Are Now by Lauren Chamberlain. And this book starts off very slow, I will admit. I found it a little hard to pick up the pace. But the more I read, the more the story gets interesting, because it starts off with 4 college students, and at the age of 28, I kind of relate to the characters in the book because it's more for a millennial. Like if you grew up between 2007 to like 2019 as a young adult, like a teenager and a high school or college student, this book is definitely for you. The entire book, I kind of read the summary. It sets the story to be for like a 15-year span. Starts off with 4 college friends, college roommates, 2 guys and 2 girls. What their journeys are like a year after college, what everybody's going through after college when they move. 2 of them are very conflicted with their futures. 2 of them are like slowly starting to discover what they want to do with their lives after college. And I relate to that so much because I graduated college about 8 years ago, like 2018. And I started working in an office job the moment I graduated college. But now I'm in a time in my life where I need to decide what I want to do. And I feel like I can relate to this book because I'm kind of floating around right now. I'm trying to find out what I want to do. And I feel like this is a good book for the people in my age group right now. So this is the book I'm reading right now. And then I want to read, this is a book I've had for a while, but I haven't actually read it. It's Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. This book was turned into a movie and I watched the movie. I didn't know about it. until I didn't know it was a book until I watched the movie, and I told myself I wasn't gonna watch the movie until I read the book, but I didn't read the book and I watched the movie first. And I started to read a while ago, like 3 years ago. I read until page 102 and I never finished reading it. So this is the next book I want to read, because now that I watched the movie, I can kind of compare what they got from the book, what they left out from the book. So that's one of the reasons I want to do. And last but not least, I have 2 new books. I actually went to Barnes and Noble and I got 2 books. I'm not very fond of spicy reads. I only bought books based on like historical events. They're fiction, but they're not spicy books. Because I know that that's like the thing that's popular right now. So I got this book called Sisters of Belfast by Melanie Moore. Moore? I think that's the last name. But anyways, this book it sounds really interesting. I think I read a synopsis at the store. It says Eilish and Isabel Maguire, they're twins. Even though they're close, they begin to live completely different lives. I'm assuming, I think one goes into like a convent or something. The other one gets married or something. I'm not quite sure. But it's about 2 sisters. Unforgettable story of orphan twin sisters whose lives diverge for decades until fate and faith eventually reunite them. They somehow reunite. Sounds very interesting because I have an older sister. We're in the same household, like we still live together. But I feel like sometimes we're not as close as we would like. So I feel like maybe this story is going to inspire me or something. Excited to read that. The other book that I got was Pictures of You by Emma Gray. This is actually a new book. I'm not quite sure why it's not as popular, but it's called Pictures of You. I think it's about like this girl who had, okay, so it says here, she's grieving her dead husband. Car crash that claimed his life landed her in the hospital. She can't remember him at all. The only person who can keep her peace, who can help her piece her past, is her high school best friend. So I'm assuming it's about friendship. Her friend tries to help her gain her memory back. And I remember reading a book very, very similar to this in high school. But it was about a young girl who she grew up kind of being the nerd of the school, like the nerd of her class. And she had an accident and she like jumps from being in high school to being a successful I forgot what she was, like she was on a show or something, like she's married and she wakes up in the hospital. She can't remember anything. She can't remember her husband. She apparently has an affair with someone. I don't know. But it's very, very interesting. It sounded like this was the type of book that will be very similar to it. It's about, let's see, this book is 406 pages. I think it's one of the longest books I have. The cover is so pretty though. It has like a painting of a young girl under the pool, under the water. I'm not sure if it's the beach or a pool. I'm excited to read this one. It's new. I hope other people get a hold of these books because they sound very interesting. But for now, this is the book that I'm reading, and I hope that I keep updating you guys on what's going on in the book and what I'm reading next in the next couple of videos, or who knows, in the next video. Thank you guys for watching my video. I hope that you guys have an awesome day. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.